Alrighty, hello everyone, this is Alan from MTG.com. It's like 8 a.m. here in Seoul, South Korea. It's rainy, or it's about to rain, and I am so tired, barely got any sleep. And that's what having a kid does to you. But barely got any sleep, and I want to talk about the MCG Wholesale Subscription. It's had an influx of a lot of new subscribers, and an issue with us not fully being able to describe or explain what the policies and what the program is to some of those newer people. And I know you're saying, well, just write something up, but the things shift so fast. Everything shifts. These policies one day will come in and then have to go. So I think a video where I try to get the nuance of the entire program makes more sense. So what is the origin of the MCG Wholesale Subscription, otherwise known as the Gold Subscription? Mystery MTG from its very beginning in 2017, 2018 was mostly B2B, and it's just large volume orders between businesses. That's exactly what it is, and we sell for way under market only if people are buying in volume. And if they're not buying in volume, then it's typically not worth our time to do business with them. I'll give you an example. If you come to me and say, Alan, I want one box of Avacyn Restored, I might sell it to you for $300. If you come and say, Alan, I want 48 cases of Avacyn Restored, and I'm able to give you that supply, I'll probably sell it for closer to $245 or $240, with market being like $270, right? So you get a substantial discount from market, but you're also buying a lot of the product. So it's a win-win for both parties. One gets to move the product, and one gets a significant discount on the product. Ideally, they have a purpose for the product, therefore they know they can sell those boxes for $290. And so, okay, the margin is set, and that's how this business works. So that's what it was originally for. Now, what ended up happening is we ended up scaling it to where these wholesale orders, these private direct wholesale orders, where we had cases and cases of sealed product or massive amounts of masterpieces or Power 9, and just providing these wholesale orders, right? And it scaled into being like 7 digits a year just in these private orders. Now, the big thing is that this is a loss leader for the business. The wholesale subscription brings in a lot of revenue, but it brings in zero profit. And for that reason alone, we have to be very careful with it. We can't invest too much money into it. We can't hire people specifically to try to run it. So it only has about 3 reps for 40 plus gold wholesale subscribers. And so with all that being taken into account, there are a couple of issues. We'll touch base with that later, but okay, that was the origin. Let's talk about some of the policies. So this is going to be pretty straightforward. The MCG Wholesale Subscription extends essentially distribution pricing to you, but it also will make you deal with the exact same things that we deal with distribution. That just means if we get shafted on allocation a week before release, you are going to get shafted on allocation a week before release. You might put in an order for last call, and that last call might be printed in 2 or 3 months. And you're thinking, well, the last call, it means that they're printing it right now, and this is the last print wave or something. But no, like sometimes it's like 2 or 3 months out, and so you're going to be waiting for that last set of the last wave of Kamigawa set boosters. And that's something to consider, because patience is going to be key here for a lot of these releases. You're not a typical consumer. You're essentially a partner for the store. And once again, yeah, it's an extension of that. So you get really great pricing, but you have to deal with all of the baggage that comes with wholesale pricing, okay? Anything we deal with, you will also deal with. And that is the bare minimum to be a part of the program, is accepting and understanding that, right? Now, it's not an issue with any of our current subscribers, but we've definitely kicked out people in the past fairly quickly for failing to understand that, I'll give you an example. If you want 1,000 boxes of Fallout Collectors, right? And I tell you, hey, you can put in the order you want, but this is going to be a pretty rough set in terms of allocation, and you decide to go through with that order, then when allocations happen and it's cut and you only get 24 boxes or 36 boxes or whatever, then you know that you can't really blame us. We let you know that the allocation is going to be cut. Don't put in a massive order for this set. It's probably not going to get filled. The same thing is going to be true for the Final Fantasy Universes Beyond product, right? So that's mainly the big thing, and free shipping over 800. which is really, really good for a lot of subscribers. That shipping can be crazy expensive. But yeah, though, there's a lot of benefits. There's, if you're into Dragon Shield or Commander decks and you're buying, accessories in bulk, or Commander decks in bulk, or booster boxes in bulk, or accessory products, and anything you're looking for, we can get it to you at an amazing price, sometimes even lower than distribution cost. As long as we monitor and abide by those rules, and we really aim to avoid any sort of drama, which doesn't really happen, but for some really big releases it can sometimes happen, where people are disappointed with allocations or something like that. And once again, rarely happens, but it's usually gift bundles. Those are very, very hard to get your hands on and very heavily allocated. It's usually gift bundles, and it's usually the rarer Universes Beyond product. In terms of Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, we get perfect numbers. We've never had issues with that. Bandai, we don't allow for large orders for Bandai. If it's One Piece, it's getting better now, but we still are a bit cautious about it. And so yeah, the only issues that we've ever had with over-promising have been gift bundles and those Universes Beyond specialty collector booster boxes. Not the play boosters, not the Commander decks, but always the play booster or the collector booster boxes. So yeah, that's the MCG Wholesale Sub. It's us giving you wholesale pricing as long as you abide by the same rules that we abide by, and you have to be very patient. Some of these things, Bandai specifically, you're placing your order 6 months before release. Okay, and so once you place that order, those numbers are locked in, and we do not allow you to come back in and say, well, and this is why you have to pay at time of order, because we've had people in the past when we kind of negotiate these terms and say, okay, well, you don't have to pay on order, and then a week before release, they come to you and say, yeah, we don't want these boxes anymore. And you're like, what? Yeah, well, we looked at the secondary market and the prices. Yeah, we don't want these boxes anymore. Well, we can't not take the boxes from distribution. You've put in the order, we have to take these boxes. So, and if we don't take these boxes, our account could be in jeopardy. We could lose our entire distribution account. So yeah, you got to be real careful with who you allow into these programs, because it's one bad actor that tries to rug pull you, and you could file for bankruptcy or even worse. So you have to vet these people. You have to make sure that, I won't even let someone, if I know they don't have the funds for it, I won't let someone put in a massive order with me, because I know they might come back and say, well, I need some of that money. And it's like, nope, it's not going to work. So you need to have the funds. You need to be the right person for it. If you're buying in bulk, the $85 a month is nothing for you, because you are going to be saving substantial amounts of money. And some of our prices, I know for a fact, you cannot find cheaper prices elsewhere for some of these TCGs, some of these CCGs, some of these board games. That's not always true, though. And the last thing I'll say is this. There are going to be products like Baldur's Gate Setter Draft or whatever. I'm not saying that that's the case, but just a theoretical example that you might want to be buying these products and come to me and say, Alan, I want these from distribution. And then you realize that they're more expensive through distribution than they are through TCG Player and eBay. And you'll say, well, why is that the case? Isn't distribution supposed to always be the cheapest? No, that is not true. A lot of times, there are a lot. Commander Masters is a good example where the distribution price is more expensive than the TCG Player or eBay price, and the only time it's worth it for you to buy these boxes from distribution is because the margin isn't super wide, and also you're guaranteed cases from factory. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. You have the invoice, you have everything. You know that if it comes down time to sell these boxes later on, people are going to be a lot more comfortable buying from you when you can say, well, we got these from Mystery MTG. This is directly from this distributor. It's a safe product. Versus I got these from eBay, and yeah, it's a sealed case. We don't know what's in there, right? So be careful about that. But there is a little bit of a thing there for some people where it's a lot more worth it to get those factory sealed cases. But at the end of the day, the sub is not for everyone. It definitely is not, and I think for the people it works for, it works amazing. It's one of those things that, it's a lifesaver for a lot of people. They would never be able to get this product elsewhere. But then for some people who are more on the retail side, more customer side, it might not be worth it. If you're buying 2 booster boxes per set, I don't know if you're going to be recouping that $85 a month. If you buy 2 cases, yeah, you've recouped all of that money, plus, probably double or triple that money in savings versus what you would have paid elsewhere. And once again, this is not always the case. There are certain products, Modern Horizons 3 collectors, where our customers were saving $100+ per collector booster compared to market. And like $140 per collector booster display compared to market, even post-release. And so that's one of those sets where you just absolutely kill it. And the good thing is, if you build a relationship, you get a massive allocation of that set, and you're very, very happy. And it pays for all those months that you paid for the MCG Wholesale sub. All of those months are paid for, 5-10 times over with one of those killer sets where you get a good allocation, right? And for a lot of products like play boosters, we don't even have allocations. You can order as much as you want, and we will get it to you. And trust me when I say we've had hundreds to thousands of booster boxes ordered and delivered. Okay, so if there's no worry about supply when it comes to certain SKUs. But collector booster displays are, not always, but usually a lot harder to get your hands on. It's a single print run product. All right, Alan from MysteryMTG.com. If you have any other questions, email me at info@MysteryMTG.com or message me on Discord, MysteryMTGAlan, and I'd love to talk to you. Once again, no hard feelings. If you attempt to subscribe to the program and you're vetted and you're chosen not to subscribe to the program, it's probably not your fault. It's just doesn't necessarily fit into the category of buyer that we need or want for the program. And we do have to be a little bit careful, right? We don't want those bad actors. It could, and not everyone's a bad actor, but we have to be careful about it. So I will see you guys next time. Alan from MysteryMTG.com. Bye-bye.